So we're going to invite to our virtual screens here the CEO of Fever, which is a really interesting company, Ignacio Bachiller, Juan José Divassón, who is Executive Director of Data Strategy and Science Innovation at BBVA, is joining us virtually as well. And joining us here in the nave is Carlos Ignacio Rojas Durán, who is a MadTech EALA Practice and Go to Market Iberia lead at Accenture, which is a fantastic, that's a magnificent job title. I'm getting job title envy, that's pretty cool. Okay, and we're going to really explore with our fabulous guests, one in person, two on the screens, and we're going to talk about this amazing world of virtualization. Carlos, I'm going to come to you first because you're closest. That's wonderful. I mean, at Accenture, you have visibility of a lot of market intelligence, a lot of data. It's what you do. You're clever people. You make great strategic advice based on all this stuff. How do you see, from your perspective, the personalization maturity of your clients? And how do you think technology can help them along the way of this journey of personalization?
Well, companies are trying very hard in investing and paying a lot of money in trying to personalize content and recommendation and kind of products and services. But I think, in my opinion, and Accenture is doing a survey every year for more than 8,000 final customers, that the final client is not perceiving that the companies are personalizing and recommending the needs that they have at the daily basis. So we are getting a lot of data from different touch points from the clients, but technology and companies are not yet ready to personalize the content 100%.
Yes, yes, fantastic. Very, very interesting. And you know, do you think that there are any specific technologies around personalization that you're recommending? Any kind of trends, or is that really just for clients to know? Is it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it depends on the client and the tech stack that they are working with.
Okay.
But there are hundreds, even thousands of technologies that are emerging on this kind of marketing advertising technology market. But it is a difficult question to answer. But in terms of, I think that is more a culture, even more than the technology, that every team works together in order to focus on take advantage of this kind of technology, whatever it is, technology, CDP, customer data platform, DMP, or whatever, in order to work with the different departments of the company and get this data-driven culture in order to personalize and understand the customer needs.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much, Carlos. That was fascinating. And it's a saying that you often hear, culture eats strategy for breakfast, but maybe culture eats technology for breakfast as well. So we're going to welcome our two virtual guests here, Ignacio, the CEO of Fever, and Juanjo, who is the Executive Director of Data Strategy and Science Innovation at BBVA. Ignacio, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to start with you. So one of the things I noticed about Fever is that you've got this fantastic collaboration with Netflix and Stranger Things, and in fact, Fever's often be called a Netflix for experiences. How do you use data for personalization, and what kind of data-driven decisions do you bring into making your business?
Sure. Thanks a lot for the invite. So we think about data, pretty much every minute of the day. We're in the business of entertaining people, and entertainment naturally goes hand in hand with personalization. We each have different things we enjoy doing based on, what mood we're in, who we're with, what city we're in, or even if we're living in a global pandemic or not, right? So all of these factors have to be taken into account, and we need to be constantly updating our personalizations across the board in our company. So we use data especially for the three key areas of the business. Our marketplace, where we're recommending third-party and owned Fever original experiences. In this case, we look at all sorts of user behavior on the platform, similar to what you'd see on a Spotify or on a Netflix. Every single experience on our platform has many tags that are defining it, and we're seeing real-time how those tags are evolving, and based on that, we make personalized recommendations to a unique user level. On the other side, we have also our media. So we own some of the largest media in the world related to entertainment through our secret media network. So, we own Secret London, Secret NYC, Madrid Secreto, and this similar approach is used across over 30 cities. And the reason why those media have become the largest, most engaging media in those cities, much larger than any other local media. So on a global level, we're larger than Time Out, than Thrillist, Refinery 29, etc., with a fraction of editors. Why? Because we're actually able to know what content to post on our media through Facebook, Instagram, etc., by actually understanding what people are consuming on our marketplace. So, taking that information, creating tools that interpret that information, and then outputting certain themes or trends that our editors then use to create content is what means that every single item of content we create generates a lot of engagement. And then lastly, on the originals front, these co-productions that we do, you just mentioned the one we launched in LA a few weeks ago. So we were able to launch a COVID-friendly experience together with Netflix. We see eye to eye when it comes to using data for content creation. So we came together and decided to create the best COVID-friendly experience using the crown jewel of Netflix, which is Stranger Things. And in that case, the way we use data is we actually try to understand what different formats would generate most excitement and most demand to the audience in LA during this current situation that we're living. And based on that, we actually come up with secret ingredients that the experience actually needs to contain in order for it to be successful. So this is done, of course, using many internal tools we've built. We're almost 300 people in the company. Half of them are doing tech-related work, and the majority of those are dealing with data and personalization on a daily basis. So that experience in LA is a great example of it. We sold over 100,000 tickets in less than 24 hours, and it became the largest event in the US and actually in Europe, I think, for a whole of 2020.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. That's really interesting. And when I lived in the UK, I used to get your secret London emails, and I thought they were great. There was always something interesting in there. So it's amazing to think that that was data-driven. Combining data with creativity. I love that approach. And moving over to yourself, Juanjo, from the BBVA perspective, could you talk to us a bit about the customization of clients' transactional data to interpret their operations and improve their financial wealth, which I guess would be very interesting to everybody watching?
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, we here in BBVA, we are beginning to tackle the improving the financial health of our customers. And for doing so, we are using data heavily because we want to give our customers a proactive, personalized, and actionable advice. So for doing so, we must know better than anyone the transactionality of our customers and understand their economy, their needs, and the attributes of our different because the same event is not the same for different people. So what we want is each customer differently and help them use and profit from the opportunities financial opportunities that we see in the transactional data. So this is the way that we are working now in BBVA.
Fantastic. That's so interesting, Juanjo. Thank you so much. So, folks, thank you for joining us virtually, Ignacio and Juanjo, and thank you so much for joining us in person, Carlos. Great to see you all. That was such a fascinating conversation.